Alright, let's do NXT Vengeance Day up next. I didn't think, I'm not gonna lie, the card seemed okay, but this turned out to be a pretty fun show. I thought Tony D and Pete Dunne had a good match. Toxic Attraction was the weakest match, but it was not bad. Um, Carmelo and Kevin Grimes was awesome. MSK and the Creed Brothers was good, but it needed more time. And the main event was awesome too. But let's start off with Tony D'Angelo versus Pete Dunne. Really wish Tony D was a babyface. This guy is too likable. He's great. He's probably one of the best people they have now. He's awesome. This is a weaponized steel cage match. Pretty much a Monsters Ball match. You know how they had the cage up and had weapons everywhere? Again, the guy is so likable, man. Tony D is awesome. Pete is killing this man with a steel chair 5 seconds into the match. I'm like, all right, we're just going in. That was a nasty spot where Tony D goes to get something from a toolbox. He puts his hand in the toolbox and Pete Dunne stomps on the toolbox, fucking smashing his fingers in there. That sucked. I was like, ooh. Then he uses a wrench from the toolbox to stretch his finger out. That was dope. Superplex off the top of the cage. They going hard. They going in and hard in 2 seconds. This match was awesome, man. Tony D locks Pete's hands with cuffs. He starts a hammer, starts in Pete's mouth. Like, oh my god, it was pretty nasty. He started beating the shit out of him. Pete doing some cool submissions with his hands still cuffed behind his back, locking in guillotines and stretches and all that shit. Pete Dunne's a monster, dude. This guy's awesome. Buckle bomb through the table by Pete Dunne. The table imploded. Cricket bat on Tony D. Breaks the cricket bat. Hits the bitter end. Tony D actually kicked out. I was actually dumbfounded. I was like, damn. Not a lot of people kick out of the bitter end. Then Pete kicks out of his finisher. Forget about it. The spinning Fisherman Buster. Crowbar to the back of the head. Then another bitter end on the broken table pieces. Done. Pete Dunne wins. Fantastic match. Awesome match. I thought that was fucking great. Definitely end of the feud style there. Toxic Attraction versus Indy and Persia Parada. Toxic attack before the match starts for the NXT Women's Tag Team titles. Double cannonball by Toxic. Legit Gigi's just like, I'm just going to throw his meat at you, bro. Mandy gets kicked out by the ref. Persia with a double stacked Samoan drop. That woman is impressive. Sky High Edge-O-Matic combo by Persia and Indy. I'm pretty sure that's their tag finish. That looks dope. Then Toxic gets the advantage. Spinning boot by JC Jane. And then a low sweep by Priscilla Kelly. And they get the win. That was a cool little tag move there. LA Knight comes out. Grayson Waller comes out trying to get the cops to arrest LA Knight, showing proof and all this shit. The cops dip because fucking Waller's a fucking idiot. And then he whoops his ass, stomps a mohole in them. Let me get a hell yeah. So it builds more to the big match they're going to have. Carmelo Hayes versus Cameron Grimes for the NXT North American title. Good match here. Just too much interference by Trick Williams. Trick keeps distracting Grimes. Mello with the back springboard leg drop for a near fall. Snap Rana by Grimes. Sidewinder side slam by Grimes. One of my favorite moves he does. I'm telling you, this guy has some power to him for being a small guy. Poison Rana. Trick gets involved one more time. Cave in on Trick on the outside. Big leg drop to the back of the head. Mello retains. Good match here. But at least they kind of saved Grimes by Trick getting involved way too much. MSK versus the Creed Brothers. This match was cool, but it didn't pick up because it was over 9 minutes. Shoulder block to Lee. He flies out of there all the way to the announce table. Creed catches Carter, slams him on the outside with a big sliding, puts him inside, big sliding clothesline. The Creed Brothers win ASAP, and they win cleanly so. The Creed Brothers are dope, man. It's weird how these guys have become babyfaces somehow, but I'm not going to question it. Fucking Imperium come out with a promo. Walter wants a title shot. Solo Sikoa interrupts him. Basically says he's going to smack the fuck out you. And I'm like, alright, I'm down for a fucking Solo Sikoa Walter match. Solo Sikoa is another guy who's coming up real quick. He's pretty dope. That match he had with Boa was really cool. The False Count Anywhere match. Main event either Santos Escobar versus Bron Breakker for the NXT title. So check this out. The announcer was dressed as HBK. Santos was dressed as Eddie Guerrero, and Bron Breakker had the RVD Tiger tights. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Santos with his big arrow dive. I fucking love this guy. I cannot wait to see this man as a world champion one day. A couple of neck breakers by Santos. He keeps working the neck. Tilt-a-whirl side slam by Bron Breakker. That was really cool. He takes out Legado one by one. We get a really great near fall here. Ziggler comes in and super kicks the living soul out of Bron Breakker. This man super kicks him to another company. Like, that was probably the greatest super kick Dolph Ziggler's hit in his career. Ciampa comes out, takes out Ziggs. Nice double rotation tornado DDT by Santos. I don't even know how he did that. That was cool. For a near fall. Braun then comes back. Santos is getting distracted. He's talking shit from Ziggler and Ciampa fighting. Eats a spear. I give this dude credit. This guy probably has my new favorite spear. Bron Breakker just eats these punks. He does the classic Goldberg old school spear. He just hits him with his head. Military press, power slam, done. I really wish he would get a new finish, though. But yeah, I thought this was a good show. A great main event. And Tony D and Pete Dunne were probably my favorite match. That was a great weaponized steel cage match. But yeah, I thought Vengeance Day was actually a pretty good show. That's what I mean. Like, NXT still has good shit. It's just shoveled with all the other garbage.